Hi guys, Dave here with a slightly different lesson than normal. In this video I'm going to show you how I break down long licks or phrases and how to get the most from them. So today we're going to take a look at a Matteo Mancuso lick that I found on Levi Clay's channel. Now at first glance this is a very long lick. It's nearly 4 bars long and it's chock full of 30-second notes. So the first thing I'm going to do is break it down into smaller phrases. So let's start with that. So the first thing I do is break down a long lick into separate phrases. So for the purpose of this one, I've broken it down into 6 individual licks that we can then start stringing together. Tonality wise, it's B mixolydian, dominant 7th sort of tonality. So think of this, that you could play this over a B7 chord, basically. Okay, to save a bit of time, I'm just going to talk about the notation. So I'm using tabs so I don't have to go through all the notes. You'll see this sign whenever I'm using a downstroke with the pick, this sign if I'm using an upstroke with the pick, and then the only other thing that I'm going to employ is a little bit of hybrid picking, where I sometimes use my middle finger to pick a string. That would just be a little M written above the note. So hopefully that'll save a little bit of time. The other thing I've done with the licks, I've doubled the note values. So instead of being 30-second notes, I've turned them into 16th notes. Sometimes I do this because it's kind of easier to break a lick up, understand the rhythm, see the groupings a little bit easier. So that's the other thing I've done. Okay, so lick number 1 actually starts on an offbeat. There'll be some examples against drum backing, so you'll hear that relationship a lot easier. I'll just talk generally about the technique though. Most of it's alternate picking. And it's at this point where, just towards the end of that first bar, I employ my middle finger just to do a little pull off there. So I quite often use hybrid picking if I'm going back to a string. Sometimes it makes the string crossing a lot easier for me. Feel free to employ whatever technique you want though. This is completely different to what Matteo does. He plays like a classical guitarist, where he just plays between like his index and middle fingers. So sometimes when I'm learning a lick, I'll try and use the original techniques involved, but because this is such a different technique, I'm just going to employ the skill set that I already have. And feel free to do the same as well. Whatever, if you want to strictly alternate pick this, by all means do. So that's lick number 1. Now lick number 2, I'm going to start from the note that I ended on, lick number 1, and you're going to find this with each of the licks. Whatever note I end on will be the start note of the following lick. So the next one. With this one, I'm using a little bit of hybrid picking, but also a little bit of economy picking, where if I'm crossing between 2 strings, I might do a single downstroke or a single upstroke. So I'll just look at that a little bit. So hybrid picking right at the start. Hybrid picking there, then a little up sweep. A little bit of hybrid picking there. And then the last few notes here, I'm using some mini sweeps, a little bit of economy picking. So there you go, that's lick number 2. Lick number 3 is a bit more straightforward. I'm mainly employing just alternate picking. One thing, actually, brings me to a good point on this lick. One of the other advantages of reducing down into separate little phrases like this is that you can work on any kind of problem areas. And I found with this part of the lick, getting used to the finger combination on the 2nd string it's not a kind of a combination I'd done before, so, and I'm still working on it now, so I find that certain parts of the lick, I will practice more because of that. So that's one of the big advantages of breaking it down into small chunks like this. You can just work on those little areas that need the most attention. Okay, lick number 4. Mainly alternate picking when I do this. There's a little bit of economy picking towards the end, so here it comes, a little sweep there, another one here. Again, you know, if you just want to alternate pick it, absolutely, you know, there's no set way to play this, so it's just the way that I do it. It's just what feels natural to me. Right, lick number 5. So a lot of economy picking with a little slur with the slides. So a little sweep there, and then on each group of 4 for the next few groups, I'm just going up, and then a mini sweep, on a down, and then up, followed by a slide. So the first note of the next few groups starts with a slide, so it's no pick. So then I'm just going down, down, up, and then slide. Like that. I'll do that one more time. Now on that last group, I'm picking it here, but sometimes I will, that 14 to 17 towards the end, sometimes I might just do a hammer on there instead. So I'll do the little sweep, and then sometimes I'll hammer it. So whatever feels comfortable, really. So as you probably notice, there's a lot of chromaticism in a lot of these phrases. This starts with that, and then it goes into kind of, it's like a B sus arpeggio with slurs. So let's just talk about technique though. I'm going to do another lesson when it comes to, like, you know, the note choice and that sort of thing. Today we're just looking at the individual licks and just the techniques used to play them. So really that's just regular picking. Again, whatever feels comfortable when you're doing that with conjunction with the slurs. Now after the first 8 notes, then I employ a lot more hybrid picking. So, you know, so I'm starting a lot of these groups of 4, I'm starting with my middle finger. And then down strokes. One thing that has helped me with these sort of licks is learning some Tom Quayle licks, because he does a lot of things where he calls it, I think, compression and expansion with the left hand. So once you play that first part, then the hand kind of compresses to get the little finger to the next string, and then it expands again. And it can really help you to kind of make these awkward position shifts a little bit easier. Then middle finger, it's all in the tab, I know, but there you go, that is lick number 6. Okay, that's it for this lesson. I just really wanted to show you how I break down the lick. In the next lesson, I'll show you how I start trying to string all this stuff together. Okay, take care guys, and I'll see you for one very soon.